Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah.
Hi, and welcome back to The Conscious Day Trader. Today we're going to break another ICT 2022 mentorship trade, fair value gaps, daily bias. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if that is something that you're interested in, as I post every day. Most of the days I trade on the pound dollar forex. We know that ICT is staying out of the forex and he's focusing on the ES. I'm sure he has a good reason for it. But so far I've been able to combine all my knowledge that I had previously using the ICT for execution and my own sort of management with repositioning of bad trades to have good profits. And we're going to see that last video. If you haven't watched it, we have closed in $16,770 with no losing days, so 100% green days. It's been very good 2023, and we're hoping to continue that today. And obviously yesterday's trades was successful, but let's jump on the MT5 and we're going to see our positions. So here we are on the MT5, and as you can see, we had a few more trades today. So you see that I've closed positions for losses because that is -1 plus commissions. That would be like an $8 loss. These 5, 4, 1 ones. Close these $9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades were repositions. Now that might confuse people because they're thinking 7 trades, 7 lots because you're trading one lot. No, these are different positions that I've repositioned to get a better price. And we're going to go a little bit into that when we jump onto our chart and trading view. But as you can see, with the main bulk of the profits came from the short bias in the morning and then the long bias, which I wasn't very confident in holding it for long because my overall basis was for short. However, there was a setup that created an opportunity, and I was only paid $250, so I wanted to get a little bit more. So when I got over my threshold, which is sort of $420, so 40 pips, I closed the position. I could have made more, but I was happy, and that was it. So it's very rare that you see me do this, trading short and long. ICT does it all the time. He has a toolkit. He has a huge amount of tools that he can use to read the market and know exactly where to get in for longs and shorts in the same day. He also understands price action a lot better than any of us. So we are not ICT, so this is a rare occasion that I did go both ways. And considering that the pound dollar is in a bit of a tricky week. So we had news, we had world announcements with Biden and Putin and all this happening. So that there is a little bit of volatility into the market, which can be a big good thing. But the problem is that is not, you can't prepare for this volatility. It's not like CPI where it comes out. It's not like an NFP which comes out. So we have to be careful in terms of our positions, and we have to be quite frugal with our pip size. So pip target if you want. So on the 1 minute, a pip target of 40 is not that much. So you can hit that quite easily with my account, and we're positioning and you're betting better prices. So let's jump. You're here to see the analysis and the trades. And big shout out to, I think it's David, who pointed out that last time when we did the analysis, instead of looking at the price, we were taking the stop loss as the entries, which actually gave a better entry for the trade, which says something. Maybe I need to start putting my entries where my stop losses are, and that will be a lot better. But you know, when you're trying to post a video every day, there are bound to be some mistakes. So bear with me with that. I try to be an open book in terms of what I'm showing you the trades, and I'm also showing you the executions, and try to analyze at the same time. Doing it a day behind now because I have to remember what I traded yesterday, and also we're going to be trading today. So a bit complicated, but nothing that you're interested in. You're interested in price action and ICT. So let's jump onto the chart. We're going to go straight onto our pound USD. I'm loving the pound USD. I think you know by now. There's some people that jumped on my DAX trade. I always say DAX, really weird. DAX. The DAX trade, and they were like, where's the DAX trades? Where's the indices? DAX for me is quite expensive. You know how I reposition trades? The DAX will allow me up to 4, and I'm not comfortable with that. Up to 3, sorry. So I can't open a 4th lot. Even though I can open up to 10 lots to reposition, the DAX, the margin is a lot higher, so more expensive. So I don't have the maneuverability that I have with the pound dollar and the euro dollar. So that's why I'm sticking with the pound dollar. And also, if something is working and you're in tune with the market, why change things up? Stick with what is working. And that's what I've been doing. So what we're going to do is you're going to see another thing that someone commented, and which is fair play, is why are you taking this candle here for the previous daily high when you have another candle here? Remember, we're trading one day back. So this is the trade of Wednesday. So this is our trading arena, this red candle. And I need to take the previous daily high and the daily low from Tuesday, because that's what I did at the time. Maybe I need to change and start recording the same day so it makes it easy for you guys. So we took the previous daily high, previous daily low. As you can see, the equilibrium is out of whack. So we need to jump that on the Fibonacci level, add that there. We're going to drag that line straight onto the 50%. What do we have below? What do we have above? Discounted area and premium areas. Discounted areas, I'm going to keep repeating it so it becomes familiar, and every time we talk about it, you're like, yeah, discounted means that the price is cheaper. Premium means that the price is expensive. So there's going to be opportunities potentially to short the market. So let's see what we saw. So this is the daily in and daily out. Similar analysis to what we had before. If you remember from yesterday's trade, we identify this daily fair value gap that potentially the price can go down and touch. Also the sell side liquidity that the market can push into and take the liquidity below these intermediate swing lows. Above, we have the buy side liquidity, which the market can go and target. Someone said, ta-da, Yanis, yes, the market can go up, down, and consolidate. That's all the market can do, and that's, yes, it's obvious, but the question is, how far down, how far up, and how long will it consolidate? There's a reason I said that. Because we have to be in tune with the market and see what is going to be the next draw to liquidity. Is it going to take this liquidity, or is it going to take this liquidity? Is it going to target this daily fair value gap, or is it going to come back up and retest these fair values on the top end of this move? These are questions that we have to answer on a daily basis when we're creating bias. Do we need to be 100% right? No. Yesterday I traded both ways, and that's a good indication that you can make money from both going long and going short. So let's see why in the morning session at 9 o'clock I determined that the pound dollar was a great setup to short. So we're going to go on to the London session, and what I started to do, and after I think it's David pointed it out, I'm going to put the worst entry in, which is normally my first entry, my area where I'm doing my repositions, and then the area where I got my best price and paid me. All right. So this is the area here, and this is the London Open. So if I take the replay out and we go on to 7 o'clock, this is the information we have. What do we see? Okay, so we see a big move up, come down, and then a consolidation. Take the previous highs here. What do we have here? We have intermediate buy side liquidity right there. Buy side liquidity, it's got taken out in the Tokyo session. Then we have a sell all the way down, and what has it created? It's created pretty much equal lows. What tends to happen with equal lows? What's going to be trailing here? Buy stops, sell stops, sorry. So sell stops before here. So we've got liquidity in the intermediate zone right there. What is also sitting here, you can see we haven't got a fair value gap here because of that wick. So the only fair value gap we have from this move is this move here. And interesting enough, this is where the consolidation is happening. So we're still in that consolidation of that move. And now I determined that below here, there's an opportunity for the price after filling fair value gaps on the left side from this break here. So we had the Tokyo high, which took out liquidity here and then broke down, came up, created this swing high here, came down, pushed back up, and then the big move all the way to here. So in terms of a break, this is the area that the market broke aggressively down. However, it didn't break the lows, the equal lows of the left side. So this one here is still sell side liquidity, even small intermediate sell side liquidity. So that got taken out, reversed, pushed back down. And now what I was looking for was a retracement into the fair value gaps to push down where to equilibrium. That was my target. If we increased showing the ghost, so from there, that was my trade that I wanted to take. Now, did I go in early? With this analysis, as you see it now, because we don't have the information that we know already, I would still take this trade. And being able to manage it all the way to the daily highs, because it's there's a very high chance that the price will come all the way up and take out the highs of the previous day and then come down. Why? Because we have this buy side liquidity taken out, so now we can move that above there. And if you want to increase that, this area here has buy stops above here, buy stops here, and it takes the previous daily high. So there is potential for the price to go up. Now, is there a structure for it to go to the upper side? We see that swing high here and this break higher, okay? But it's not taking any other highs. It would have to come all the way up here to take this high of the move. So I would need to see a more aggressive move for me to convince to go on the upper side. And this is why I was short in the morning session. We're doing a bit differently. Obviously, I've been analyzing the dollar index, but I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter. People have said that they're too long, so I'm trying to break down. So you would do the same thing on the dollar index, and that will give you would see the opposite. So if you are short in the pound dollar, you want to see a strong dollar index and opportunities for the dollar index to show strength. And if you're buying the pound dollar, you want to see weakness in the dollar index, and so on. Let's stick with our trade. So this is what I saw and I got in. So let's go on to the 5 minutes, because that's where I entered the trade. And we're going to see this here. As you can see, I'm entering that's the bonus of being in the Asian market. You have the opportunity to get in earlier. And this was before the London Open. I can't remember exactly the precision time, just because MT5, when you go on MT5, it gives me 9:53, but that's not the correct time. So I need to see what exactly the time is. But we saw a fill of the fair value gap, and that was enough for me to go short. And I got an entry here, around here, and that's the price that I had to deal with. Okay, Now, why did I reposition here? We're going to see as it continues. Price came here and did this consolidation with a wide span, if you want. The price is getting bigger on the top, bigger on the bottom. That means that volume is starting to build in. More buying, more selling, more buying, more selling, and then it's going to be a burst. Where did that burst come? I still was short on the move. So I had a plan to trade all the way up and reposition my bad positions all the way up to, like we said, the buy side liquidity and the previous daily high. What are the targets that I want to be getting in? Look at these equal highs here. Rest in buy side liquidity. What's this one? Rest in buy side liquidity. Look at all those. Look at that wick. Takes that out. Buy side liquidity. So above this consolidation, I added my second position because I wanted to have room if this comes down to kill this trade, this position here, the worst trade. And as it went up, tapped me in to my best entry, and then came down into that sell side liquidity. And that's the trade, the morning trade. I was taking partials out of this. And if we go back on the MT5, it shows it as one position, that 250. But that is all partial. So I took about half a position off, or 0.25 of the lot off when it moved down. It came back up. Then it moved a little bit more. I took another 0.25. It's something new that I'm trialing. It's less profits, so I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to do it. It feels good because you've got money coming in. However, my analysis was correct, and this would have paid me really well. So I would have made like $500 out of this move if I didn't take partials. But because of what we discussed, the pound dollar is a bit on a weird week. I started taking partials just to make sure that we're on the safe side, and that's good sometimes. Making, how much did we make? Making $422. That's not a bad day on my books. So that's the reason why I took partials, and you can see that 50 pip move there. That's the Judas move in the London Open around 7 o'clock. And I took out, and I did the trades that you saw on the short side, which were 4 or 5 trades. They were all repositions here. Well, killed that trade, got a position higher, killed that trade, got a position higher. The way I do that, and I'm not going to go fully in depth of it, but you see these waves? These are waves that give you fair value gaps, and you can re-enter. And you kill your worst trade, re-enter, kill the worst trade, re-enter, kill the worst trade, and you're getting a better price going up. As we discussed in the bias, we're in premium zone. We're pushing towards the previous daily high. So this is an area where you can do this. You wouldn't want to be doing this if you're in a discounted area because the price is already discounted. So we did this, and that was the morning trade. Now, why did I go in again? We're going to go back to the daily. At the moment I was up $260, I think. And I wanted to see the price come down to equilibrium, but I had put a blue line, and I said, if it holds above this area and doesn't come in to fill this fair value gap here, let's put it in from that move to that candle across, and we name it fair value gap. If it doesn't come aggressively to fill this fair value gap and break these lows, I like this as long because the price has come down in the London session, especially mid-session, and it's taken out, comes back to equilibrium. So price now has been, is come back to the sort of average of the previous daily high. If it gives me a setup to the long side, I would want to be taking part. And this is where we're going to go on the 5 minute and see what happened. So the price came down, touched the equilibrium, and this is the area where I'm now interested. What do I need to see? I need to see this high getting broken. I want to see a break above. What are we going to be targeting? We only need 20 odd pips or 10 pips to get my 400 because we're already around roughly around $300. So from this move here to here is 20 pips, so plenty of room for me for the price to come back up. We're sitting in equilibrium. Okay, this is slightly riskier than previous because we've changed our bias mid-session and we're going long when we've had a successful bias on the short side. So I'm not going to do this very often, but sometimes I can see the setup and it's presenting itself and I'll take a trade like this. So the price came back down, was consolidating around equilibrium, and there it is. So we had from this position here to the top there, filled that fair value gap to that area here for 34 pips. Now, after this small break here, I got an entry around this fair value gap. That fair value gap came into a bit of heat and then delivered 10 pips, killed the trade, and we had another successful day for 422. Now, if we jump on TradeSync, and before you ask, there is a link in description with a 40% discount, so you can go and check that out. You can see that today was a bit higher. I want to keep this average of the lots of the trades short, especially today on the 23rd. We're currently roughly around 6,000 for the month, still running on green days following that 10K month. A few repositions and a few changes in bias, so not very happy with the Wednesday trading, but it's still a successful day. What I'm finding is doing the videos for you guys and trading and trying to process them a day after. It is a bit of a struggle, I'm not going to lie. So I think I'm going to decrease the amount I'm pushing out on YouTube. I know people love it, and you're finding it a lot of value, and I love all the comments, and I try and read all of them and answer all of them. But I might maybe do three videos on so maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you have 3 good trading days where you can go in depth. And maybe on the weekend we'll do a bit of a lifestyle trading, because there's a lot of requests saying, can you show us what it is like living the sort of dream life in Bali as a trader, day trader? What does it look like? So let me know what you prefer. Would you prefer 4 days of trading? So we would do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a weekend. Or would you prefer 1 lifestyle and the other 3 of trading? Okay, so that being said, this is we're currently running on a 1,366 trades. Considering that we've had previously a 22 trade in one day, I'm quite happy with the 20 there. That was the best. The best week is only 2 trading days. So on average, we're trying to decrease these 40s, 30s, 40s, 38 trades in a week. Repositioning, remember, if you're seeing this for the first time, I am not taking 11 trades. This is not 11 lots. It is 2 trades with a lot of repositioning. So let's jump onto our main screen. I hope this has been useful. I've tried to keep it nice and sweet and condensed. Things to take away from this video is I personally wouldn't recommend you changing your bias. If you are watching ICT doing it and he can do it, he can change his bias every wave because he can understand price action that well. If you are not at that level, stick with one bias because that will be the safest way to manage your trade in and out. Today is going to be another trade, I'm sure, on the pound dollar, and that video is going to be posted on Friday. So there you have it. It's very hot. It's very good for the dad bod because I'm trying to lose some weight. I used to be really fit, and since we've had a kid, I hadn't exercised for 6 months, and these CrossFit sessions at Wanderlust Gym in Bali are super hard. But I'm sticking with it and going there every day. And you can watch that on Instagram, which is right here. Make sure you're using the right one because there's some fake ones out there. Ban those people, they're bad people. messaging and requesting money, which I would never do that for anyone. One thing I'm going to give you, if you're still here, you get the little bonuses at the end. So something that's come to mind since we're in Bali, I would love to get your thoughts on it. I was thinking of potentially, not this year, but in the future, to create a bit of a retreat where people can come and they can trade with me. We can trade together for like 1 week or 2 weeks. And we would then go and work out, go surfing, see how Bali is, and experience the Indonesian culture, the food. Is that something that is of interest of people? Just a thought that I had, because a lot of people are like, I wish I could get that, and that could be an opportunity for you to experience it. Let me know if you would be interested in something like that. And you know me, I'm going to manifest things. So if there is interest, something like that can be manifested and created. And who knows, in a year's time, some of you might be here trading with me under the hot sun of Bali. But there you have it. So have a good afternoon or morning, wherever you are in the world. And I'll catch you tomorrow.
I can't take no loss.